Hello everybody, my name is Matt Berneisen with the North Carolina Cooperative Extension in McDowell County, and I'm here to talk to you folks about composting. Today we've got our compost and worm bins, and we're going to talk about some of the pros and cons of homemade worm bins versus store-bought worm bins, some of the features of those bins, and do a little bit of maintenance on our bins. My daughter Opal's helping me out today, so come on down, Opal, and let's get started.
What's up, people?
So we're going to go ahead and talk about our store-bought worm bin first. This one comes in layers, which is awesome. Yeah, take that first layer off, and you can see the worm compost down in there. Now, Opal, open up that lid. Open up that lid. This is what it looks like when it's empty. It's got nice air holes that allow the air to flow through, and just as important, for the water and excess moisture to flow down through it. Go ahead and take off that other layer, Opal. All right, and then that's the bottom, so that's a catch basin. So if you look, there's a little bit of vermicompost and some other stuff going on down in the bottom. Those aren't centipedes; those look like white worms. That's not really what we're going for. We're going for our red wigglers. But what I'm showing here is that this bin's a touch dry. It's not collecting any moisture down on the bottom. The benefit of the worm or the store-bought bin is that spout right there on the bottom. And then Opal, pick this layer up here. Hold that. Hold that. And then these nice angled holes in the bottom of each layer that allow the water to flow down through, so we can more effectively manage our layers. So Opal, come on down and let's open up the next one.
Okay.
That one's a purple one, this one's a green one. What I like about these are those wooden legs on them. And if you look at the purple one real quick here, they just screw right in. It's real easy to get them set up. So go ahead and take the top off. You can see this one's the same as the other one, and they're interchangeable. You can mix and match the colors if you like.
There's a bunch of black worms.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on in here.
Oh, there's a worm.
In our worm bin.
Here's one. I'll show you guys a worm up close. There's a worm up close. And here's another one.
Awesome.
Yay.
So this one's set up the exact same way as this one. So let's look at our homemade worm bin.
So we made it out of one of those bins where you put your clothes and stuff.
Yep, just
and then we put a bunch of dirt.
Cheap totes. And so you look down in there, and it's the same sort of setup. It's a lot bigger. Opal, go ahead and grab the other end of that and let's separate it. No, not the middle, honey. It's layered. See that? And they peel off. So what we did, here, keep holding on to that, is we use this as a catch basin on the bottom, and then lift this up high, lift it up high, and we drilled holes down in the bottom. It's not quite as effective with the airflow, but it lets the excess water drain off on this homemade bin. So really, what we've got going on is the same sort of setup as what our store-bought worm bin is with our homemade worm bin at a fraction of the cost. Go ahead and dig down in there, Opal. See what you got going on.
Let's see. And our worms are really strong now because, like, we had them for how much?
Oh, this bin's been going for a long time.
Couple years, maybe?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of ants and stuff. And worms. Like, I can't find one. Oh, here's one.
Yep, there you go.
Here's one of our worms compared to the other ones.
That's pretty cool, huh?
He's kind of grayish.
Yeah, that's a red wiggler. That's a composting worm. So size-wise, the homemade worm bin has a lot more volume than what these store-bought bins do. What's nice about the store-bought bins is that they're the same plastic that whitewater kayaks are made out of, so they can take a beating. When we take those to the elementary schools and middle schools and do compost demos at Mountain Glory Festival and whatnot, you know, they really stand up to the test. So what we do typically is use our store-bought bins when we're out and about in the community, and then I use the homemade bin as a backup breeding facility. Just kind of keep that down here at the barn as a backup to keep replenishing our other bins and take care of them. All right, can you grab the camera?
Sure.
All right, come on over here and point it back at me, honey. Thanks for coming and visiting and meeting our worms and learning a little bit about different styles of worm bins that you can either buy or you can make at home. for your own projects. Thanks, guys. See you next time.